Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Only Trams. Thanks for joining me again today for another video. We're going to start off, as we always do, by going through the comments from the last few videos, and there's a few to go through this time with there being the break between the recordings. So we're going to start off with Tony's comment, who says, "Great idea with the parked trams over at the museum." Of course, he's referring to the Heritage Line trams that we've parked up here. He said that the people that are trapped on board do look like as if they're here for the day out and for visiting, which I really like the idea of, actually. And then he's also said that for cargo trams, we could do a similar kind of heritage thing and off to one side of the museum create almost a cargo exhibit. So I think that's a really good idea. Let me know down below what you guys think, and if you all agree, then that's something we can have a look at making happen. I'll have to download some assets and try and get a little bit better at decorating, but I think it's something that could be really cool. The next comment is from Stephen Spry, who said that vehicle age only affects the emissions and the looks, not the performance. So great info there, Stephen, thanks for that. I was unsure as to whether it might slow the vehicles down over time, but obviously not. Then Nashorn said that look at the rate of a line and make sure that they're the same as the production of the industry. So what I've done is in between episodes I've gone round and I've changed all of those. So if we go to one, for a quick example here, if we look at the coal here, we can see that the output of the coal mine is 400. So then if we look at the Lincoln coal, we've got 238, but that's because when it goes up to 258 even, sorry, that's because when it comes up to the steel needs 200 of each. So correct me if I'm wrong there, but I believe I've halved it in that rate. And there's some industries where it goes 2 to 1. Like if we have a look at the logs over here, the logs will be double. If we look at the output from the tools factory, the production, well, it was sitting at 200, it's now 300. So if we look at the line for these, you'll see that the rate is 354. That's dropped a little bit. It was up at 400 and that was 200. But that's all down to the fact that the logs, it takes 2 logs to go into planks. So I'm still learning a little bit about this, so correct me if I'm wrong on how I should be doing the frequencies there, but it seems to be working so far, other than the fact that we seem to be making a lot more steel than we need over there. The next comment then is from Zane Kassim. Zane says, from his experience when using weight for a full load, it's better to set it to 2 or 3 minutes maximum weight. If you set it to indefinite, it can clog up the system. So again, I've gone around and I've taken all the weight for unlimited amount of times off so that we don't cause any problems. I have had that happen myself before. Just looking at this here, it does look like it's becoming a real issue. As soon as you've got a couple backlogs, we might have to address this, guys, because this is one of our main routes through. As soon as we've got one going slow and the other's waiting, yeah, we need to have a look at that at some point. That's going to definitely get on the to-do list. And then the final comment that I want to have a quick look at is from Lotdes, and he says, I think we need a reverse Bexhill loop as passengers between some towns have to go completely around. So let's have a quick look. So he's referring to the passenger loop that we've got through here. So if we just highlight it, as you can see at the minute, all we have is this clockwise route, due to the fact that the anti-clockwise route is currently our freight route. But now that all the trams are quicker, I think he's right. What he's basically saying is if somebody in Bexhill wanted to go to Durham, at the moment they would have to go all the way around and through Canterbury and back down this way. So they'll be choosing to use their own private transport, and that means we're not making any money and they're not using our lines. But if we have a look at now, a combat delivery, here we go. This is the freight line that's going around in the opposite direction. Now, these trams, even though they are freight, you can see now they do have a top speed of 43 miles per hour. So the whole reason for me not wanting to use these was that they might hold each other up. So what I'm thinking is, we go round and we add some stops. We move the freight stops off the lines where the passenger trams will go, off the main circuit if you like, and then we add in some trams that go the same speed as the freight trams, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. So you can see at the minute that the line comes through here, so this truck stop we need to move to this back street. So in order to do that, I'm going to want a medium street. We're going to want to upgrade it with electric tram track. We're going to want to come through here, and then we're going to want that truck drop off point. We want to move that back to here. And all I want to do is on this line It's stop number 1. So after Manor Road, we want to stop here, and we want to take out stop 1. There we go. And then what we also need to do is add in a bus stop across the road. Looks like we did that originally anyway, so the bus stop's already in. So that's great. So then the next stop for this freight is in Durham, and that's fine. That takes itself off the line. And then we come through to Canterbury. It misses the bus stop at Canterbury, takes itself away from the main line here, and then it goes in. Okay, so the last thing to just check is in Bexhill here. So the freight train, freight tram even, turns off, and the bus will come through here. Perfect, so it's not interrupting at any other point. So what we can do now is we can create that extra line. So if we were to start at Manor Road here, I'm not sure how this is going to work actually because of the way that this layout. We'll come and have a look at that in a second on the way back through. So we want to come down to Durham here, and then we want to come all the way through to Canterbury. We want to use the other platform, which it has done for us, and then we want to come all the way around here. Do we want to come into here? I don't see why we wouldn't come into here. So we'll stick one on there, and then we'll come all the way through back to Bexhill. And we want to stop on the right hand side. Or do we want to stop at the right hand side of Bexhill? I think we stop on the way into town, but it doesn't look like we have a stop. So let's just put a bus stop in here. See what kind we're using here. It looks like one of the longer type. This one. We'll put that there. And then we need that new line that we were just creating after Canterbury Central. Is that Canterbury Central? It is. Strange name for where it is, but there we go. So we're going to go to George Street, and then we're going to come around here. And then we're going to call this... What shall we call it? What was the other one called? The dark blue. Canterbury, Durham, Bexhill. So if we call this the Canterbury anti-clockwise, and then we'll rename the other one as well, I think, just to make them make sense. So this is going to be Tram Passenger, Canterbury anti-clockwise. And then we'll come in and we will rename this one. Just so that it makes sense. And that's TP Canterbury, and that will be clockwise. Just so you make sure that that makes sense. I just put anti-clockwise, counterclockwise. I always find it easier to find what I did. But anti-clockwise. Let me put a C, that just makes more sense to me for it to be counterclockwise. Now I wanted to look here at this station what this route's going to be doing. So it's going to go down and it's stopping underground. Okay. So it isn't crossing over the blue line, which is fine. That one's just going to stop underground. That works for me. And then we need to have a look at the cargo trams that we've currently got. I think it was 43, was it? So 43 miles per hour. So now if we can get a tram here that's 43 miles an hour and carries passengers. Straight away I've clicked on the Skoda 10T, but that carries 25. And how much do these... These are the Duewag, yeah, the Duewags, and they currently carry 20. We've got 27 passengers in the other direction, so something similar to that would be nice. We've got 25, so the Skodas could work, but we've already got the Skodas, haven't we? We've got this brand new Trambahnof, if I've said that correctly. Tram from Stadler has been on the road between St Gallen and Trondheim for the Appenzellebahnen since 2004. It is a bidirectional overland tram. 31, what's the speed? 50, it's a bit too quick, isn't it? 43, we've got the tram Sochimi. We've already got the Roamers, I believe, though. We've got the Wine Type A, 43 miles per hour. 22, we could go for the bigger ones, though. I think we go for these. Should we say 4 of those? And if we stick those on the new pink line, Canterbury counterclockwise, and then let's have a look at those come out. Not seen these ones yet. I tell you what, guys, it's not a bad looking tram, is it? We've even got the looks like blue LED headlights. We got the name of the line on it anywhere? Not that I can see, actually. I do like to see it when they've got the name of the line, but it doesn't look like we've got it on this one. Oh, it does actually, sorry, it's very faint. Let me hit pause and see what it says. Ah, no, it isn't the actual line, it's just a predetermined one. But nevertheless, pretty cool mod that. I like the look of it, and it looks like he's going that way to get on his actual line, and the other ones are pulling out the correct direction. Perfect. Okay, so that's that one sorted, guys. Now, another thing I wanted to look at in this episode, because it's been a while since I've done one, I also wanted to get a little bit of cargo done. Now, I've just noticed, look at Slough. We've got our first skyscrapers. That's fantastic. We've got a lot of people waiting down at the station in the middle of Slough here. That's brilliant. It looks like Slough is becoming the capital. I thought from the start that Canterbury would be, but Canterbury just doesn't seem to be getting any bigger. Even though we're delivering pretty much everything we could, quality's mediocre. But it looks like Slough's the one that's growing. It's going to be massive. If we have a look here, what else do we need? So we need construction materials, machines. Now, construction materials we are actually producing up here, and machines we're producing up here. But we're already getting goods, so if we can carry machines from over here, Lincoln needs goods, Luke. How many goods are we producing here? Have we got spare? Not really. We could do with some more plastic, but that's not a problem. We could sort more plastic. I'm thinking if we can send goods this way, maybe to Lincoln, and in Lincoln have a freight hub where we swap some of the machines. We've already said that we've got a lot of excess steel here, which makes me think we need to change these vehicles as well. So let's see what we could change these for. We're currently carrying 96 years old, 28 steel. 28 steel. Did I read that right? These are 96 years old, yes. Okay, we really need an upgrade here then. So we want to be carrying steel on this run. What have we got that we can carry steel on? And we're carrying 28, I said. What shall we have? We could have some Cobra cargoes. We could double that to 44, go electric. You know what? Let's do it. And I'm also, because we've got a lot of steel waiting, I'm going to add an extra one on the line as well. That should keep things going. It looked like that was going really slow that night. It was just pulling out of the depot, that's why. So now we're going to have more steel coming down, meaning we can make more tools. More machines, sorry. Yeah, you can see we've got 654 planks waiting. We're just waiting for more steel. Here, for the Louth machines, we've got 81 waiting. That's it. So we're going to have to clone that one. Simple. Okay, so now, what we want to do is we need to set up a freight hub here, don't we? Well, not necessarily a hub, but at least a station. And I think where these are being dropped off, if we can change them from being dropped off here to being dropped off at a station. I don't want to wipe out all of that demand there, though. That's the issue I'm having. Might be better for me to do it on the outside of town here. And we'll make these long. We'll make this 30 metres. But actually, I want it. I'll tell you what we do want. We're going to be dropping goods off, aren't we? So what we'll do is we'll get in early where the goods are already highlighted, which is here. Is this in range of the truck stop? That's going to be the question, isn't it? I've just thought, if I connect this, it saves me another stop. It is in range of that truck stop. And just to confirm that, if I click on the truck stop, it's in range there. So we could drop goods there. We can pick up the machines and we can go straight back out of town without actually coming in and disrupting Lincoln. That makes sense to me. So now if we go over here, we are going to need an extra platform on here, aren't we? If we can. Go for 3 terminals. We want to make sure we've got electricity to that 3rd terminal. Perfect. So now we're going to want a new line again, and this one is going to come from Nottingham, where I'm going to tell it to go for a full load. We'll keep it as 3 minutes like Zane said. And then what we want to do is we want to load up here on goods. We don't want to unload anything. We just want to load on goods. From here then we want to take those goods. Double one there. Was what I was trying. Is one of Stephen Spry's tips. Every time I try and use it, I can't think of what it is. There's a certain key you can press. I think it's a double press that gets rid of this white overlay. But we want to bring these goods all the way down to to Lincoln here. And here what we want to do is we want to load up on machines. We want to unload those goods. And then those machines then we want to drop off over in Slough, don't we? Now where do we need to drop these machines off in Slough? Let's have a quick look. It's mainly down the bottom here with a bit in the middle, so that current cargo depot that side isn't going to do us. But we do only need to drop off, so we could just have a truck stop here. And I think that's probably going to be a good idea. Look, we've already got tram line coming down here. So if I was to just add this stop in, will it find its way with it? It will find its way out pretty well out of the town. Perfect. So that's going to be TF for tram freight. It's going to be Slough to Lincoln. And it's goods and machines, isn't it? And then we'll change that to a more obvious colour. Maybe a dull red. That'll do us. And then we need to find out what kind of tram we want to put on that line. So what do you think we will need for that? Where's my depot? Over here. So let's see what we've got. Ah, we've unlocked these new General Electrics, haven't we? Plus 2 flat cars. I don't want flat cars, so we're taking goods and we're bringing back machines. So I believe we just need goods wagons for these, don't we? Looks like we can't have just goods wagons. Ah, okay. So, what in that case, what do we go with? We've got 37 miles per hour there. If I change this, I've still got the filter on here, that's the issue. We want goods. So at least that can carry goods. It's these guys, isn't it? 2244. Maybe we just go for 2 of these, because they're going pretty long distance. Or do we go for the 43 miles an hour though? They can only carry 30. I think the Cobras just look a little bit nicer though. We'll go for the Cobras. We'll go for 2 of these. They do only go 37 miles per hour, but they carry 44. So I'll hit 2 of those. We want those on the new TF. Slough Lincoln goods machines. Now I just want to make sure that all this works out. So we should start seeing now. Consumers at Lincoln for goods. We can see that number going up already. We'll pin that. Now from the machines factory we should start seeing Slough. We haven't yet. We might have to wait for it to get to one end for this. I'm hoping that they can drop off at a truck stop onto a truck depot. Not a truck depot. What's this called? I always get these mixed up. A truck station. That's it, a truck station. I'm hoping that from the truck stop they can get over to the station. I think maybe that's where we're having the issue. But what we are going to need once that does kick in is probably an extra tram on that line bringing those down. Ah, there you go. It's picked up Slough now. You can see 16. So it is all working now. We're waiting one way for the goods. And because it won't clog up this way, we're going to be waiting in its own little depot. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that to full load this end as well. And we'll leave that on 3 minutes. So hopefully this line to Lincoln now, which is Lincoln Machines here. We've got these 2 guys, and how many are they currently carrying? 28 each, just down to there. You know what, that's not a bad number, is it? And we're keeping up with demand at the moment. The Louth Machines line could do with a bit of attention though, because this Louth line's got 79 waiting. And where are the 2 trams? One's only just leaving, vehicle 175, and 198 is over here for some reason. Why are you here? Oh dear, something's gone very wrong here. Right, okay, so we're going to sell that guy. We're going to come back over to here, and the Louth Tools line. Louth Machines, sorry. We're just going to clone that. I don't know how he's got over there, or why he would go anywhere near. You can see here the line comes past here. It doesn't go anywhere near the line. Or the Heritage line. Oh, some more Roma trams getting unlocked. Nice. Okay, so that now, guys, should start running itself. The Louth machine should calm down now. The steel's now all getting picked up. That's great. That's not holding us back anymore. It does look like we are... Yeah, we're getting a lot of issues here, aren't we? Edgeware delivery. we've only got the tiny tram on here, haven't we? We haven't. He's only carrying 14 at a time for a demand of 70. It looks like he's about 50% thereabouts. We could do with maybe carrying 20. Let's see what we could replace him with. Something that will carry 20. If we select food here, it's any of these guys, or just any cargo type. It's probably better to put food, actually, isn't it? Now it's getting there's getting a few more things knocking about. So we only want to carry about 20. We've got 14 or 28. What have we got here? 14, 28. We'll go with one of the new lanes just so we can have a look at it, right? Why not? Let's have a look at that one. If I click play so we can have a really good look at it. That's actually really cool. It's funny how the carts are bigger than the actual tram itself as well. I think that's the first time we've had that. It looks like a really compact little unit. I mean, I suppose really it's just an electric motor, isn't it? I really like the look of that, actually. What was the top speed of this? 50 miles per hour. Wow. Well, it won't go that fast on this route. It's all road. It's all medium street, isn't it? That's something we should probably do something about, isn't it? Now, actually, we should speed this up a little bit. We go to medium street here and put electric. I want to connect that in at a more acceptable angle. Just because that'll unnecessarily slow down the route. Because of all those sharp turns. That should hopefully now make it work a little bit better. He shouldn't have to slow down as much. We have a look at his speed coming through here. He will be capped. There you go. Yeah, I was about to say at 31 because it's classed as town street still. You can tell by the way that the trees are lined. But before, how sharp that S-bend was turning round, he would have had to slow down a lot. Whereas now, I would imagine if nobody else is coming, which they aren't, he'll be able to stay around 30. Oh, he still goes to 23 just across the junction there, but it's not an issue really because he slows down at 19, but it's still quicker than he would have been, which ultimately will improve that. Now, the edge where Nottingham Freight's carrying food and construction materials, and it's backing up this side. Are we backing up at the other end as well? Let's have a look. What have we got bringing back food? We are. So these guys do need overhaul as well. They're currently carrying 28. So if we got these two and we were to replace these would probably be lanes as well. They're currently carrying 28. So we could upgrade those to 42 each. I think it just makes sense, doesn't it? That can now go at 50 miles per hour as well. So he should start speeding up. I mean, he's pulling quite a bit of weight actually, so maybe he won't reach his top speed. We'll just check what these roads are allowed to do. So if we go for Country Street, medium country road, speed limit of 50. They're already at that, so the speed limit is 50. 44 miles per hour. He's slowly increasing. If I hit the fast forward, let's see if he does get to his top speed. You never know. He is going up bank as well, actually. I didn't realise that. I seem to be making a habit of not realising things are going slowly because they're going up a hill. There we go, 50 miles per hour. So it does hit his top speed. That should improve that. But guys, that's where we're gonna leave Only Trams for this week. Let me know what you think down below. Let me know of your ideas for the future. Also, let me know what you think about having that exhibit here for the old school cargo trams. We're getting to the stage now where we're in the 2000s and all the modern trams are coming out, and we're going to have to start getting rid of the last ones of each type of old tram. So before we do that, would you like to see an exhibit where they're kept to one side so we can look back at the end and say, oh, here's all the different kinds of tram we've used in the series? I think it'd be a cool idea. I'm a little bit apprehensive about how poor my designing skills are with the assets and things and trying to make it look good. I would want to try and do it justice, so it might be something I had to spend a bit of time off camera doing, and then I'd just show you guys at the start of an episode maybe. But let me know what you think. I think it'd be a cool one. But failing that, guys, we have hit the 1,000 subscriber mark this week, so thanks as always for your support. I'm absolutely blown away by it. Whilst I'm talking to you, this rock here is annoying me because it's in the hedge, and that one there. I'm sure there's a few more I've missed, but that one was just standing out to me. But thanks as always for your support, guys. Let me know what you think down below. Give me any feedback. As you know, I always take it on board and I always respond to each and every one of you. But failing that, I hope you all have a wonderful day and I will catch you in the next video.
I guess it wasn't meant to be.